in LibreOffice, we are going to do the Calc part. Before that, what is mean by Calc and what we are using for it? Actually, Calc is a spreadsheet software application. So spreadsheet means normally we are taking for to take calculations to create some account-based things. So normally account-based software, so there are some specific special software for that. But if you want to do some basic accounting, yeah, of course, you can do it with this spreadsheet software. So not just Calc. So well-known software there is Microsoft Excel. I think you already know that. And apart from that, Google Sheets, Quip, Apple Numbers, Soho Sheets, Minitab, and also LibreOffice Calc. That is what we are going to learn. And StarOffice Calc, Lotus 123, WPS spreadsheets. All those things are spreadsheet applications. Another one is Open Office Calc. It is also very much same as LibreOffice Calc. Actually, your previous syllabus was, so you have updated syllabus now in 2020. Uh, you got a new syllabus. So after that, our BIT syllabus changed to LibreOffice Calc. But before that, in PC subject, there was Open Office Calc. So if you are trying some past papers, right? So you have to think about try out the past papers 2020 because that is your syllabus. Before that Open Office Calc, right? So this is about our syllabus, and it is much same as Open Office Calc, right? In Calc, I'm going to start with this slide, some formulas. So we are going to, I will open Calc first. So this is my Calc software. I already downloaded it. This is entirely free. You can use that free of charge from the internet. Just you have to type LibreOffice Calc, right? And after that you can download it and install. Not only Calc, sorry, LibreOffice. Take that Office bundle because within not only Calc, we have to learn all the things now. So please download LibreOffice package and you can install it with some default steps. Right. In this time, I'm not asking to do so, but after our sessions, you can download it and install it. And from the next session in Calc, we are going to do some practicals in parallel. Right? Within our sessions, we are going to do some practicals. I will ask to share the screen, those things, but within today's show me how to do those things. And I will give some practical paper, some practical scenario to try out by yourself, right? In order to limit our time. But from the next day, we are going to do some practicals parallelly. Okay, so this is our Calc environment. So you can see some of, we call these things cells, right? And if you take these things horizontally, we are saying a row, and vertically, we call this a column. So that is normal terminology. And column and row meets this kind of thing we call a cell, right? You can see this is we call sheet. So in here, Calc, don't say pages and don't say document. This is Calc sheet. And you can add more sheets as well. And I can say this is one workbook, and inside this workbook, there are two sheets, right? So in here we call sheets and the workbook, right? So within the Calc, I'm going to do small practical that is cover entire things of our Calc. Shall I use, I'm just typing here, right? Within this cell, I'm just typing. We'll say, I'm going to type name. So I'm going to type some of the names of the students. I'm going to enter some dummy data, right? Name. And let me type some of names here. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I just type 5 names. And after that, I want to insert the ICT maths, we'll say ICT maths and English marks. right? So you can add any styles as well. I'm just clicking all the things here. So you can add some styles, those things, but here I'm going to add some borders. So you can see within here, just I'm adding borders. That is not necessary. So we have to focus all the things, the styles and everything. And I'm just using this one as a header of my table. Shall I add the different color here? Like this. And also if you want, you can change font color from here. These are not only to common, only to for the calc. So these are common for even writer and the rest of the softwares as well. These formatting are common formattings, right? So, okay, I think this is fine. Right. And first of all, I'm going to save this. Shall I save this? You can save it anywhere. So this is just a simple calc sheet now. So you can save it anywhere. But I want to highlight you, once you are learning for a degree, so it is not like, do you feel like this is just, you are learning Office package like that? So that is it. But you are learning for a degree and you have to focus more things rather than this. For example, say this type ODF. Can you say that? Can you see that? ODF. And shall I save this? So I'm going to save this. We'll save it in desktop. Uh, so you can save it anywhere that is comfortable to you. So I will save it here. Better to not to save desktop, right? Every time I'm saying that. So it is better to save something different, because within desktop you will just delete it by accidentally, So that's why. So anyway, I will save it here. We'll say PC practical, so like that. Right. Inside here, I'm just going to save it with, we'll say mark sheet. Only the name I'm including. Right. So what I want to show you is, so let me go to the desktop, and this is my folder now. Right. I want to show you this, the type and the shall I go to the properties in order to show you that? The extension of here is actually important. What is my type? Open document is spreadsheet, and .odx, we call that is the type or the extension. So as you know, there are PDF file, right? .pdf. And if it is image, .jpg, .png, like that, no, just like that. So here, what is the extension no type? ODS, Open Document Spreadsheet. This is also can be a question of your paper, right? So not just learning the OpenOffice, LibreOffice, you have to focus more things, deep things as well, right? So this is the type is ODS. So it will also be a question in your paper, right? So shall I add some of the marks? I'm going to add some marks here, some dummy marks, right? And for these things also, I'm going to add. Okay, so I just added some marks. Then first I'm going to find total. Total. Within here, I'm going to find the total. So we can use a formula, right? Just equal mark. There are different ways that you can do. For example, you can just use equal mark and click this, right? And plus mark, this is just like manual adding, right? Plus mark, once again, then press enter. So this is also just like manually adding things, not manually actually, but using plus mark and equal. So that is also very simple formula, but there are specific functions that you can do this, right? So predefined things there are. So for here, we are using that sum, SUM sum. Sum, it means total. Open a bracket, right? And just I will show I'm just selecting the cell range. So this is the most easy method, right? And close your bracket and press enter. So that is a good formula, that is already inbuilt in formula of the calc, right? So, but shall I double click? So you have to focus these things as well. So once you select a cell range, can you see this colon is there, right? Maybe you are given a question in the paper without colon something else when you are selecting the range. So those things you have to focus. And shall I add again with another um, method? Another method means the same thing, equal sum, right? Click on this one, put comma. Comma, not the plus mark, comma. Because we use equal sum now, within that bracket, you have to uh, give the cells that is separated from comma. So you don't want to worry about when you are doing practicals in screen, because within here, you can see they are giving the format. Each cell must be separated with the comma. Each cell must be separated with the comma and press enter. So that is also okay. However, we are going to use the second method, right? But you have to learn the rest of the things as well. And shall I add in this time capital SUM? Capital. All the letters are capital. So it's okay even though you use this, though you use this, even this time. That is okay because this is not programming, right? In programming language, when we are doing Java, there are strict rules. This must be capital, this must be simple in the syntax. But here, don't worry about the capital symbols because this is not programming, right? Okay. So then the second cell, what is your method? Again, equal sum and these things. That is also okay. But we are not going to do like that. So assume that there are 100 rows. Then are you again going to type that 100 times? No, that will be not effective. So instead of that, I'm just clicking here and come in the corner of this cell. So you can see this mouse pointer is changing to just like a plus mark, right? So it is just like a plus mark, it is changing. Then I'm just fill out, fill out. So it means I'm using fill handle. The technical term is fill handle. I have used fill handle. So the rest of the things will be automatically filled. So in the fill handle, it copy the same pattern to the rest of the cells. And we are going to learn what is fill handle and what are the other usages in the fill handle little later. But let me show this formula we already typed now. So I just double click here, right? And you can see that is correctly captured in the next relative row, right? B3, D3, right? So I didn't type that. I just filled that. If I double click here, that is also correctly captured the next row. B4, D4. Likewise, it is B5, D5. Right. This is about the total. Right. So that is we use sum. Nothing else, right? There are no formulas like total. Instead of that, we use sum. Right. And this is some examples for that. There are screenshots. I'm sharing this presentation with you after the end of the session. Right. Then also if we want to do some conditional sum, we are using sum it, but we'll cover the basic things first and after that I'll come to this. Right. Then I want to find out the average of these things. Then I will add another column to my table in order to find the average. Right. So find out the average. So normally, so don't confuse with when you are going to find it. Normally, if I ask how to find out average of these marks, so the first student has got 49 for ICT, 46 for maths. for the English 50, right? If I ask what is the average, your manual method is you are adding ICT plus maths plus English marks together. And after that, what you are going to do? Divide from 3 now. Divide from 3 because there are 3 subjects. Averagely, what is the value? So you have to divide from 3. Right. But when you are finding out average with these formulas, no need to do divisions. So nothing. Just use equal and type average, open bracket, and show the cell range. Only the marks. Don't include the total there. Only the marks range will be given, and this type just enter. Close the bracket and enter. This is the average, right? So that's simple. So then I use in fill handle. Rest of the things will be automatically filled. Right. Then but you can see this is too many decimal places, isn't it? So we can format those things. So I'm just selecting all the things using the mouse. And you can just simply right click and go to format cells. Format cells. So here, within here, we can use number. Already it is by default it is selected in number. Here in decimal places you can mention how many decimal places you need. I will use 2. I need 2 decimal places and just click OK. Alright, now all the things are shaped up to 2 decimal places. You can see that. Right. So every time once you are doing something changes, so don't forget to save it as well. Right, so this is average. Now we have done with average and the total. Right, and after that, we can found maximum mark, right? It is not maximum is to maximum marks. So we can say this student has got maximum marks. No, with the maximum formula, in max formula, it is only display the maximum mark. Right? So sometimes if there are questions in your PC paper, max formula doing, so don't be the student name who got maximum mark. No, just only the mark, right? So if you want to find out that, also there are some tricks, but in max formula, it is just only showing maximum mark, right? So shall I add maximum marks here? Maximum. So I want to find out what is the maximum mark that put for ICT. Just use max. And from here, I just want to find out 90. So it gives only the marks. So then manually you can find out 90 got by this person, like this. Right. And I want to find out what is the maximum marks achieved to maths. So you can again retype this, but more than that, we know a method, fill handle. Fill handle you can do horizontally and vertically both, right? So I'm using fill handle option to the rest of the things. If I want to find what is the maximum total mark, what is the maximum average mark, everything is showing here. Once again, this is too much decimal places. If you want to make all the whole column, you can just select the entire column and do the format, or else you can format only just one cell as well, right? I will do like this. These are the maximum marks. So same as maximum marks, there is minimum marks to find out minimum marks. Right. In minimum marks also, the same formula, but term is min. Then I will use fill hand. I'm going to add 2 decimal places here as well. No, Melina. Formulas are not case sensitive. So you can use capital, simple. That's okay. So that's why I said in previous one is also the sum you can write like this, right? Even this will be okay. This anything because this is not programming language. In programming, only programming languages will be sensitive for the cases, whether it is capital or simple. Also, that is only some of the programming languages. Not all programming languages even case sensitive. These formulas are not case sensitive. You can write it any with any whether capital simple doesn't matter, right? But spellings must be truly correct, right? That's all. Right. This is about finding total, average, and very important and very interesting formula I'm going to do now. That is if we want to give some feedback. If we want to give some feedback like pass or fail. So we can add, shall I use comment with a pass or fail, right? Comment or result or anything. Right. So here we can use if formula. If. So how to do that? Equal if, right? And open a bracket. Open a bracket. Then you can, first of all, you have to think what is your condition. If wait, normally you can think about, I'll give some condition like this. If average is greater than or equal to 50, we'll say pass, right? Otherwise fail, right? Okay, then you have to use the condition first. So I'm creating the condition. If average, so I just click that average cell, right? Greater than or equal. So in this case, you have to use two operators now, greater than mark and equal mark. So never use equal mark and after greater than. That will be give some error, right? So every time if you're using two symbols, if it is contains greater than or less than symbols, use it earlier. And after that, use the equal mark, right? Then put comma. The condition is if average greater than or equal 50, this is our condition. Condition. After condition, put comma. If it is true, what you want to display. If it is true, what you want to display, type it here. So assume that if it is true, I want to print pass, right? But this is what? This is a string. We call this is textual thing, no? So if I use this one, this is a numerical value. So for numerical values, we don't want to use double quotes. But if it is a textual value, a word, simply if there are letters, please use double quotes. Double quotes. So if the condition is true, what you want to display? Pass. And again put a comma. If the condition is wrong, what do you want to display here? Right? So you have to just think about the pattern and grab that. So then it will be not very hard to memorize. I don't think these are very hard to memorize. When you are seeing within the paper, you don't want to blame out for the university that I can't see the screen, so how to memorize. If you do the practicals and if you capture the pattern, right? Condition, if the condition is correct, what you want to display. If the condition is incorrect, what you want to display. That's simple, right? And close the brackets and press enter. This is fail, right? No, because 48.33 is less than 50, no? That's why, right? And the rest of the things, no need to type the formula. We have the option to fill handle. Every others are got pass because all the other marks are greater than 50, right? So this is how you can add a comment or a feedback like that. And the very good thing in Calc, not only Calc, even Excel or every spreadsheet application. So this is computerized applications. No? So we'll say, by mistake, I have entered the mark incorrectly. So if I going to be corrected, so I will say this mark I'm going to correct, this one, right? Max 70. I will say that is not 70, but we'll say some low mark like 35. I'm again enter. Everything you can see. So I just change this cell, but every other things. So total also automatically corrected, average automatically corrected, and comment also automatically corrected. Right. And if I give you some practical session, sometimes even if students just type in these things total. So normally not doing, but if you are doing so, we can capture because once if you do with formulas, if we update some things, every others must be updated. And that is why this is easy for you to handle. So this is how just if you change some marks, all the other cells will be updated automatically. Right. Now we know how to find total, how to find average, and also if clause. If clause. Right. And I'm going to teach you some interesting facts about fill handle rather than before moving to the advanced part. Right. I will save this one and I'm going to another sheet. This is sheet 1 anyway. Right. So fill handle means now you know a same pattern are copied horizontally or vertically. Right. And also relative to that, that fill handle option will be updated that cell address as well. You see that. Right. Fill handle can capture any kind of pattern. But for the fill handle, you have to give some details in order to capture that pattern. For example, assume that I want to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, just counting down, counting up. So if I write 1, 2 like that, and I'm just selecting both cells, selecting both cells and going to do fill handle. Fine. It captures the pattern 1, 2, 3 like that. But if I say 1 only, then, if I go into capture, that is automatically captured. That in Calc, in LibreOffice capture, in Calc, it is captured. But normally, so shall I get another sheet and check once again? If I use 1, uh, no. In Calc, it captured also. Because in Excel, normally in Excel, in previous version, they cannot capture this. Then they will print 1111 like that. So however, in order to identify the patterns, it is better if you can you give just 2 entries at least you have to give. For example, we'll say 2. I just type 2 and I'm using fill handle. Then it says 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. No, I want to type only the even numbers. So in order to do that, just don't type only 2 because then it cannot capture the pattern. Then I have to use at least 2 entries, 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. And then shall we check whether these entries are captured? Yeah. Now that Calc application can identify our pattern. Like that, any kind of pattern will be captured by here. So these are even numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 like that. But not all the things, but most of the things that can be captured horizontally and vertically both. And also not only the numerical thing. Very interesting thing is you can use for the non-numerical things as well. For example, January. Then the next one must be February, no? January, February, March, the names of the months. And if you want to do it in a horizontal manner, that is also will be do. So we'll say Jan. I just use short term. Then of course that can also handle Jan, Feb, March, like that. And if we say Monday, Tuesday in short terms, that is also working. And if you use the full term, that will also be captured from here, right? Then shall I use some years, 2004, 2005, like this? Right, it is also got captured. Okay, so like this, you can use field handle for many purposes. So if you are doing some, I always ask to students, so once you are doing some things. So normally you are working closely with the computer, no, right? So in your day-to-day purpose as well, maybe you want to print out some of the some not very huge accounts, but to handle your own some money issues, anything. Maybe you need to do some calc application or some calc sheet, maybe Excel sheet. So using that, you can type these things, but don't type these things. Take the advantage of this field handle every time, right? So to print, to type some sales report, right? Like that, you can use these things, right? And also, you can create some spreadsheets for this kind of purposes. For example, I'm using another sheet, right? We'll say you are going to do shopping and you want to find out how much cost that you want to bring for the shopping and cost, right? Those things normally you are using your calculator in your smartphone, that is true. But if you want to do just like some for some function like that, then there is a huge list. So there are some applications as well, but I encourage you to use this thing for that. So that is really practical, no? So how to use that kind of thing? So first you can create the spreadsheet sheet. You have to create the sheet using formulas, actually empty sheet. After that, you can fill how much quantity you need, those things. So the special thing is you can create empty sheets as well, but with formulas. So it doesn't want to create all the time with details, all the time with data. Even without data, you can create sheets with the formulas. After that, when you need, you can fill out. Right. We will check some practical slot and how to use that strategy in our Calc application. But before that, we'll take a very small break until 6:20. Just give me some small 10-minute break. I will again continue our session from 6:20. After 10 minutes, please rejoin again.